Hey, what's up, Gray? Brendan Lee here. Just wanted to respond to your email a little bit and talk to you a little bit about effectiveness. One of the big things, let's see, so you're sort of asking me, you asked me a question, I'm trying to come up with some stuff. What are some of the things to focus on, or what are some of the distinctions to make that will make you more effective? One of the things that I learned in training the martial arts and studying with Peter, the principle of effective interaction is put like this: your actions must be appropriately commensurate to the occurring event. Now, that is one sentence that describes a principle, and if you adhere to the principle, you will be effective. Now, but it can get some tricky. It can be tricky to do that. So let's break it down a little bit. So your actions. So what is action? Action is the doing of things. When you do something, you take an action. Like I am speaking right now, it's an action. You know, it's not thinking about speaking. It's not considering speaking. It's not having opinions about speaking. It is the speaking itself. It's like that's the action. Or, you know, the action of having an opinion. You know, what does that look like? I had an opinion. There's the action of having an opinion. It's like the doing of things. Now, some things will have an effect and others won't. So your actions must be appropriately commensurate to the occurring event. So appropriately commensurate. Appropriate basically means appropriate. You have to do the right action, and you have to do the right action at the right time. Okay? And appropriate is determined by your goals. Whatever your goals are will determine the appropriateness of your actions. So it's all relative. So whatever goals you have, you work towards that, and then you do it in the most appropriate way possible. So like if my goal is to get a girl to like me or something like that, and I go up to her and do something lewd or perverted, then like my actions aren't being appropriate. That's just like a basic example. So remember, your actions, the appropriateness of your actions is determined by your goals. Now, the clearer your goals are, the more likely you are to take action and precise action. So clarity can help you take better action. Now, most people, you ask them what their goals are, they're likely not going to be very clear about that, or they're like, oh, well, it's just to do that or this, or, you know, they don't have that super clear. And then the clearer it is, the better you can do it. And also the more distinctions you can make. For example, like imagine a car mechanic, right? A car mechanic can look under the hood of my car that has a problem, or can listen or use any of his perceptive faculties to assess problems that I have with my car, and he knows exactly what to do. Why? Because he has the fine distinctions that I don't have, aka his reality is made up of more distinctions about engines and car parts and certain sounds and running and all this stuff, and he can act in a more powerful way. There is a relationship between making distinctions and having power. The more distinctions you make, the more power you can have. You know, that's one example, the car mechanic. Or for example, in your job, I remember like you saying you're a consultant for a bank or something like that. Now, you make distinctions in banking, in numbers, in arithmetic, in trends, in, you know, where stuff is going that I don't make, and therefore you can make educated, informed decisions about that I can't, because I don't have the knowledge, I don't have those distinctions, if that makes sense. And that's true pretty much across the board. Anybody who's got any more power in a certain field is because they make fine distinctions. So the more distinctions you can make, the better. So if you want more power, make a ton of distinctions. So your actions must be appropriately commensurate to the occurring event. Now here's where we can get really screwed up as human beings, because we aren't, for example, so this is something I learned in like martial arts. If somebody's going to hit me and I flinch, I am relating to a concept of what might happen in the future. Now, this is not the occurring event. The occurring event is the very particular distance, is a fist closing, flying at my head at a very specific speed and a very specific distance toward a very specific point on my body. right? Now, if I'm busy relating to a concept of what might happen, now, where is a concept? See, you can see that concepts do not exist in the physical realm. Where are they? Give me one. I'll give you $1. If you can give me a concept in a physical form, they're not, right? So I'm relating to something that's not occurring. Now, people don't realize that they're doing this. This is where it gets really tricky. People don't know that they're not relating to what's occurring. They think they're relating to what's occurring, but they're actually just relating to, say, the concept of the punch or the concept of something else. So one huge step toward being more effective is to start relating to what's occurring, not your concepts about it, not how you feel about it, not what you think about it, whether you think it's good or you think it's bad. Relate to exactly what's occurring. Now, in, say, banking or your job, I don't know how to go about that, but I would definitely start questioning what is the reality of the situation, not how I feel about it, not what I think about it, and separate your concepts from the actuality. And if you can do that, you can start getting what I call clear vision, clearer vision. So in the martial arts, if somebody's going to swing at my head and I blink and turn, guess what? My vision is not clear. It's pretty much black. See, because it's black, my eyes close. I'm not seeing the punch. And then in fighting, it's like I'm not feeling the punch. I'm not having a feeling sight of the punch. The feeling sight is what allows me to get out of the way. For example, in a different context, it would look totally different. You would know exactly what numbers are going where and when they're going there. For business, it would be something like that. Or you'd know exactly what's happening with your team at all times without your emotional interruptions or your concepts about it. You know what's going on. Being able to know what's going on is a huge step towards being effective, because most people think they know what's going on and they actually don't. That's the way it seems to me. Okay, they're busy relating to something else, like some kind of drama or an opinion or something else. Once you know what's going on, and once your goals are super clear, then the action should follow easily. And you just make sure that your action are serving the goals, and you're good to go. So that's a little bit on effectiveness. I hope that's useful for you, and I hope you're well. Take care.